Good morning, Ro. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate the Roll Tide compliment.
Yes.
And also,
All right. All right.
I mean, the regulators in the morning just gets me going, guys.
I agree.
I'm literally walking in my car as I'm driving. My wife's looking at me like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, you can't hear what I'm listening to. It's so good.
You promised us Drew Brees would never get hurt. What happened?
I jinxed this. Obviously,
I know, man.
like, that was the one thing that you don't ever prepare for, and it happened.
I know.
But it's football. It's part of it. Got to be next man up. I think the Saints are going to actually have a kind of a different game plan this week. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how it unfolds myself.
Yeah, and so that's where everybody's head's at right now. Everybody's trying to like kind of think about and project, okay, what will the game plan be? Taysom, Teddy. I mean, I think all signs point to Teddy, but how do they use Taysom? You spent a lot of time around Sean Payton, defending Sean Payton offenses. What do you think, man? Like, can they navigate what's going to be a very tough 2-game stretch here immediately in Seattle on Sunday and then returning home for primetime against Dallas?
Oh, well, I'm being completely 100% honest. I'm not very confident just because it is really hard to win in Seattle, whether Drew Brees is out there or any other quarterback in the NFL is out there. So that's a tough environment. Seattle's playing well. They're seeming like they're getting back to what they do well. Russell Wilson's playing extremely well right now. And they just kind of seem like they got some good things going. So I'm not really focused on that. I'm not really so focused on the win or loss, and I know Sean and that team and everybody is. But me personally, I just want to see how this team's going to look, how they're going to perform without their leader. I think this Saints team has to find somebody else to kind of get us to break them down. Who's going to be that guy? Who's going to be the momentum guy? Who's going to kind of lead this offense? And defensively, Alex Anzalone's just had another injury, so he's down. So this team is kind of changing right in front of us. So how are they going to respond to all this adversity is what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Well, and so kind of in line with that, I think I look for a lot of guys have great opportunities here, right? Teddy Bridgewater has an opportunity to reestablish himself, make a ton of money. Kamara and Mike Thomas proving that they can still have a lot of success even if Brees isn't in the lineup. And you mentioned the defense, man. Is Cam Jordan the key there? I mean, he always plays incredible. He's a great leader. He's always kind of been first mate to Brees. Like, is he now the guy in that locker room?
Well, you know what? I can't say that. I think it's going to be DeMario Davis.
Wow.
Cam Jordan wears the captain on his chest, and he's a great guy and a captain. But Cam is who Cam is. Cam's happy-go-lucky. I don't think he's going to be the guy that's going to come here, bang on the bell, get everybody going. I don't think that's Cam's thing. I think Cam leads in his own way. It would be the same way you would kind of look at a person like myself. Like, John Vilma would always be the guy that's going to have to kind of get the thing going. I'm a leader in my own way. Or Malcolm Jenkins, another guy who even though he's younger than me, he leads in a different style, a different fashion, to where he would be the guy that needs to get up and say, hey, everybody, da-da-da-da-da. Me, I like to lead by the way I play on the field, and I think that's how Cam Jordan is in the same type of aspect of that. Now, you look at it offensively, I think we're going to have to see Taysom Hill really step up. I want to see how Sean Payton is going to react now that he has a week to prepare this offense under a quarterback like Teddy Bridgewater, which, let's be honest here, Teddy Bridgewater did not wake up Sunday morning saying, hey, I'm ready to lead this team to victory here today.
Yeah. No, you're talking about during the Rams game. You're talking about last Sunday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He's totally prepared to hold the clipboard. Sean, the game plan, nothing was built for Teddy Bridgewater to be that quarterback. So now, with a week prepared, how's Sean going to adjust the offense? How is he going to use Axel mix in Taysom? How's this whole thing? I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to do it, especially in a tough environment where I know how Sean thinks going to this game where he's telling his team, hey, so for us to win this game, a punt is not a bad situation, all right? Every series that ends in a punt is not a bad thing because you just don't want to have turnovers in a hostile environment to get the crowd going, and now you're dealing with other issues outside of just ourselves getting in our way.
Peyton wouldn't talk about it in the postgame. Players wouldn't mention it to cause it to be an excuse. But for the third consecutive game, Roman, New Orleans has been on the opposite side of a controversial officiating call that's been non-objective. I mean, it's really been just kind of black and white as far as the rules go, and it's been against New Orleans. As a player, does that affect you?
No, it does not affect you as a player going forward. You're just mad, and you're just ticked off about it. Because, you do everything as you can. Not only that, but that was a game-changing play. you know, you still all the momentum offensively. You understand. Well, defensively, we know our offense is struggling, and all of a sudden, the thing that our coaches always harp on is the offense is struggling. Let's go out there and let's score a touchdown for ourselves. We'll go out there and do it. And now you take that away from the Saints, where now they're up 10-3, and instead of being down or tied 3-3 or whatever by the half, you're up. And now that it's all on the defense now, because once we get the lead, it's all on our back now to hold the lead down. We understand it doesn't always happen, and you're playing against a Rams team that's really good offensively, but mentally, you're a totally different type of defense when you go out there, you create a turnover, you score on defense, we're juiced up, we're jazzed up. I've been in that position before. It's just a total different feeling. It's a total different – you just let all the wind out of yourselves when the referee once again steps in and does something that he has no right to do. He should no business blowing the whistle there when everybody knows that you replay all turnovers and that it's the thing that you're not supposed to blow the whistle. Why are these referees getting in the way? Not only that, I feel like I need to be a ref. I'm young. I can run around. My eyes clearly aren't broken. I need to be a referee because these old guys keep messing it up, and the Saints fans are tired of it. They're tired of it.
I don't know.
The players are doing everything that they can do, and it just seems like one thing after the next keeps getting in the way.
Roman, I don't know if you're trying to be funny, but I would really support that. Former players right out of the league, because I'm with you. That game is way too fast for those old men down there to be seeing it and reacting in real time. There needs to be some type of young blood influence in there. I mean, at some point, you got to start moving some youth into those guys, man.
I agree, and they keep saying, oh, we have to promote from within, or they're moving guys from college. And the college game is slower than the NFL game. So how are you going to get guys that are looking at college players on a day-to-day basis to all of a sudden now go to the NFL and now they got it, when the game that they're doing is just sped up just that much faster?
Sorry, go on, Ron.
No. You know what? Maybe I need to go rep.
No, you're really good on air, dude. So stay in the media game, please. We love having you on. We're talking to Roman Harper. Who better talk to about this Saints team? And, Ro, I want to ask you about the secondary, man, because right now the Saints are tied for having given up the most explosive pass plays in the league. There's always so much expectation on Marshawn Lattimore. He just hasn't found that shutdown form again. Eli Apple, when you watch this secondary, what are you seeing? What are the problems?
Well, they're giving up big plays. I'm not too shocked about that or surprised. I mean, last year it was the same thing. The year before that. Eventually, DA and this defense will kind of figure out what works for them specifically. I think this team is different than what we expected in last year. So I want to say that to lead off with, right? Because I like to attack problems, not people.
Yeah.
These are all NFL quality guys. Now, the biggest thing what I see is that when you have a job as a safety, all right, in the NFL, your job is to get the guy down. You have to get us to the next down. You can't have wide receivers running wide open and people, and not only that, but breaking tackles in the secondary.
Yeah.
You can't allow that. That is the biggest thing. Look, big plays are going to happen, all right? That's the game we play. And it's not always the defensive backfield's fault. It's linebackers. It's defensive linemen. It's all these. Everybody has a hand in it. But your job as a secondary defender is you have to get us to the next down. They have to find ways to get these guys out. It's not always your job to try and strip the ball. You have to be a secure tackler as a safety. You're either intercepting the ball or you have to be a great tackler. And the day you're not a great tackler is the day you don't have a job. And that is the thing that I would reiterate with these safeties and these DBs right now is, hey, your job is to get the guy on the ground, all right? It's already over that he caught the ball. That we can't do anything about that. That's already spilled milk. You have to get the guy on the down. We got to give ourselves a chance to force a turnover. Get us to the next down. That is what I will continue to harp with this team in the secondary because talent is not the issue. It's a lot of first and second round guys, Ohio State, big school guys on this field playing for the secondary. So there's no excuse. It's all about want to. And I would say this too. Greg Williams would talk about this all the time, and I don't always pat him on the back. I love the guy, but I don't always pat him on the back. But 65% of tackling is just want to. I want to get that man on the ground. His attitude, want to. How bad do you want it? 35% of it is his technique and some other stuff. But 65% of it is really just want to. They have to want to get these guys on the ground. And it's just, it takes a little bit of extra attitude and get there. And it's a lot of meat on the bone left, too. These DBs could be making more play, cleaning up piles, doing some other things. We got to have some tone setters back there. And right now, they're not just playing to the best that they can. I know they're better, and they will be better.
Every Thursday, Roman Harper, former Saint here, brought to you by El Rio Grande Mexican Restaurant and The Hemp Doctor, online at thehempdoctor.com. Looking forward to next week's conversation, man. Thank you.
Hey, man, I hope it's more positive. I'm looking forward to this Seattle matchup. I just want to see how this Saints team's going to be after the next 4 weeks. If they can split these next 4 weeks, they'll be just where they need to be. Let's not get all caught up on the now. It's still a long season out there, and we got to be better for the long haul.
Mount up. Regulators, Roman Harper every Thursday morning. Thank you, Ro. All right, man. We'll close it out next.